We have a question from Alex. I have pretty bad elbow mobility issue. I am missing 10 degrees of extension, probably from arm wrestling. I've done in my younger years. I tried a couple of things without much success. You probably have a few tricks up your sleeve that could help me. Always remember, Alex, I don't give medical advice. Boy, this sounds like a medical issue. I do have a few ideas for you, but don't construe these as better than surgery. My daughter's having an issue related to shoulder exercise. Well, let's get through the first one. I'm probably going to tell you both the same thing. So let's go. My daughter's having an issue related to shoulder exercises. Anything from overhead presses, lateral raises, and even farmer walks. She gets trapped neck and even headaches after those. My guess is that she keeps traps too tight. Are there any drills we could do to alleviate those? And then the final question is, last question is related above. I can't think of push exercises for her except for kettlebell floor presses, no bench, and push-ups. These seem to be fine. Could you please suggest something else short of strict press? Well, I would like to know the age of your daughter, but there's two things I want you to think about, both of you. And it goes right back to the island in Hawaii called Kauai, the Kauai study. I know that simply hanging for a bar, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute longer, does wonders for the shoulders. One of my thoughts for both of you is simply hanging. I don't want to say it's going to correct that elbow, but it'd be interesting to see if it gives you any relief at all. And then, of course, following that up for your daughter's shoulder issues, we have found remarkable improvement in shoulder issues with the hang. And of course, this comes right out of that Kauai study. You ask about some things for your daughter. I wouldn't mind you getting that looked into somehow. In fact, I'd like to see both of you go see a qualified personal trainer. I'd love to see some, not me, but I'd like it if you got some x-rays looking at these situations. It could be something very simple, or it could be something that needs a surgical intervention. But without those details, I always worry. If someone's traps are binding up, I'm working, one of our regulars is a doctor of physical therapy, and he's actually found some clients who their traps are almost non-existent. So I think I'd like you to take care of the medical pathway first. As for issues with your daughter pressing, most females I know have issues with pushes of all kinds. It's going to take a lot longer for her to establish appropriate pressing numbers, and even so, the numbers will never work out very well. I always talk about that one young lady I used to work with. She could press 135 pounds for 10 reps, and her max was 140. And at first I thought that was strange until I started talking with other coaches, and we all came to the same insight that females and pushing overhead, vertical and horizontal, seems to have issues. There's nothing new about this. The studies from Germany from the 1940s and 50s talked about this a long time ago. Women can be very, very strong at the hips and thighs, and like concentric circles outward, they get sort of, I hate to say weaker and weaker, but compared to men, less and less strong. As for options with the press, there might be a value in looking at her learning like a movement like the push press or the push jerk, or even the jerk, to see if that kind of thing might help there. But you're going to have a good set of eyes on those lifts to ensure that she doesn't do any further damage to those traps. Let's take care of those and then get back to me, okay? Thank you.